Okay, everybody, I'm going to show you now how to make your objects fall. So I've given you this help, some comments. Before the draw loop, set the velocity of the sprite to make it fall down. So yeah, we want to make the sprites fall down. And remember, we only have to set the velocity at the beginning. If it's always going to be falling, we just set it at the beginning. So we're going to use the velocity block. Now, which one should we use? Which one is going to help us move up or down? Remember, that is the y velocity. Now, in my case, it's bananas that are falling. Whatever you want to fall, that's supposed to be the sprite there. Now, let's have a look at the y value. It is increasing, right? The y value is going up. So what does that mean for us? That means we should have a positive velocity. Okay, now it still won't run because I have some bugs here. Let's see, I delete those though, and it should be moving down. Okay? However, we want it to set it back to the top. If it falls all the way down, we want the banana to pop up at the top again. So how do we do that? Well, if the y value of the sprite is greater than 400, so if the banana gets all the way to the bottom, we're going to send it to the top. So let's check if the y value, so if banana dot y, now the bottom of the screen is 400, so if it gets greater than 400, or let's say maybe 450 just for safety, then we're going to set the y value of the sprite back to -50. What that's going to do is send it back to the top. So let's grab a sprite.y and say banana.y equals -50. So here's 0. I mean, we could do 0 and it should still work, but you'll see why. Because it sort of starts on the screen, so I prefer to start at like -50. That way it starts off the screen. Okay, there we go. But we don't want it to come up in the same spot every time, so we want it to move left and right. So every time it gets reset, why don't we set the x value of the sprite to a random number? So how can we do that? Set the x value of the sprite to a random number. Well, let's grab the sprite.x. And what's the sprite we're concerned with? It is the banana.x equals, and let's set it to a random number. Now, we want it to pop up anywhere on the screen. So what's the lowest value of x we could have? Well, that would be 0. What is the maximum value? That would be 400. So we want a number from 0 to 400. And now my banana will fall, and each time it will start in a different x location. Okay. Now the only problem I would say left is that at the very start of the game, the banana starts in the middle. So let's maybe create the sprite at y equals 0. That'll make sure it starts at the top of the screen. Okay, everybody, there you go. That is how you make items fall.